Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We are diving into an absolutely massive, game-changing story where global business meets high-stakes geopolitics. We're talking about the Thaw, and India's incredibly strategic, multi-million-dollar bet on the future of our cars.
So, what if an invisible line of government policy just shifted overnight? What if the floodgates quietly opened for India to receive its largest manufacturing investment linked to China in nearly a decade? It's a pretty wild question, right? But that is exactly what's unfolding behind closed doors in New Delhi as we speak. A high-stakes automotive alliance is quietly getting the green light, and honestly, it's going to completely rewire our domestic car industry. We aren't talking about assembling smartphones or cheap gadgets here. We're talking about a monumental, highly complex effort to build the ultra-advanced, hyper-efficient car engines of tomorrow, right here on Indian soil.
Okay, let's look at the sheer scale of this thing because we're talking about a staggering 3,100 crore rupee deal. Let that sink in for a second. 3,100 crore. This isn't some small pilot program, and it's definitely not a minor component contract slipping through the cracks. This is a massive injection of capital aimed straight at the heart of the automotive industry. It's a critical move to develop the ultra-advanced car engines of the future. A number this big tells us the government and these major global corporations aren't just testing the waters, they are making a massive long-term commitment to changing how vehicles are powered here. And spoiler alert, it is going to directly impact your next car purchase.
So, who is actually pulling this off? The company securing this historic clearance is called Horse Powertrain Limited. Explosive global reports just revealed that the Indian government is poised to officially approve a $370 million investment from them. This London-headquartered megaventure is a total high-tech powerhouse backed equally by France's legacy automaker, Renault, and China's undisputed automotive titan, Geely. What makes this so incredibly significant is that it marks one of the absolute first major approvals since India subtly relaxed its super strict, highly protective border country investment rules.
Now, to truly grasp why this corporate announcement is sending absolute shockwaves through the global business community, we've got to rewind the clock a bit to the year 2020. Following intense geopolitical border clashes between India and China, New Delhi made a swift, aggressive, defensive move to protect its economic sovereignty. The government dramatically tightened its foreign direct investment rules by introducing an ironclad policy known as Press Note 3. In plain English, this rule mandated that any company based in or significantly linked to a country sharing a land border with India had to secure strict, case-by-case government clearance before investing a single rupee. In practice, this heavily targeted China. Almost overnight, billions of dollars in proposed Chinese investments were frozen. High-profile auto giants like BYD were explicitly shut out or faced severe roadblocks. The message was crystal clear. National security and economic self-reliance would take absolute priority. But fast forward to today, and we're witnessing a highly calculated, pragmatic thaw. To understand exactly why this strategic shift is happening right now, let's look at the automotive world using a simple analogy. Imagine you're building a state-of-the-art house. You want it to be incredibly high-tech and super energy efficient, right? You've got the prime land, the skilled builders, and the bricklayers ready to go. But the highly specialized master blueprint for the central heating system is owned exclusively by this one specific global designer across town. If you refuse to talk to that designer because of an old neighborhood dispute, sure, your house will still get built, but it's going to be running on outdated, inefficient technology, and ultimately your monthly utility bills will be through the roof. Well, the global car industry is facing that exact dilemma right now with powertrains. A powertrain is just the technical industry term for the entire mechanical heart of a vehicle. It includes the internal combustion engine, the complex transmission, the electric motors, and the drive shafts that all work seamlessly together to turn the wheels. And here's the reality check. Right now, Chinese auto conglomerates like Geely are the undisputed global leaders in advanced, low-cost hybrid powertrain technology. They hold those master blueprints. If India wants to build world-class, ultra-efficient cars locally, completely blocking that technology severely holds back our own domestic manufacturing progress. Recognizing this, the government recently relaxed its rules to favor localized manufacturing, creating the exact strategic window for this historic deal. And the corporate chess game at play here is just brilliant. The ownership breakdown of Horse Powertrain Limited is an absolute masterpiece of strategic structuring. It was created as an equal joint venture between Renault and Geely, with the global energy giant Saudi Aramco leader swooping in to purchase a strategic 10% stake.
This specific maneuver leaves Renault and Geely each holding a 45% share in this London-headquartered engineering behemoth. Why does that matter? Because this specific joint venture structure provides perfect geopolitical insulation. It dilutes direct absolute Chinese control while simultaneously bringing in massive European and Middle Eastern heavyweights. That makes the entire massive investment far more palatable for government security regulators in New Delhi. The absolutely crucial point here is how this smartly designed structure completely navigates our tight trade restrictions. Let's map out this highly calculated loophole step by step. First, the joint venture is formed and headquartered over in the United Kingdom. Then, the capital is sent directly to Renault's deeply established car manufacturing infrastructure inside India. The primary execution ground will be Renault and Nissan's massive joint megafactory down in Chennai. Notice the incredible insulation here. Geely isn't launching its own Chinese-branded cars on Indian streets, and they certainly aren't setting up an independent, fully owned factory. Instead, the advanced technology and the money flow through a British company straight into a French-owned factory. It gives the Indian government perfect structural insulation, allowing them to extract cutting-edge engineering secrets while keeping the actual industrial keys firmly in friendly European hands. So, what exactly are they building? The main reason Horse is coming to India is entirely product-driven. They are here to build advanced, strong hybrid powertrains. Let's quickly define that so we're all on the same page. A strong hybrid is a vehicle that masterfully pairs traditional gasoline combustion engine with high-capacity electric motors and a highly efficient self-charging battery pack. Unlike a standard petrol engine that constantly burns fuel every single second it's running, a strong hybrid automatically switches over to running on pure electricity at low city speeds. This means you are essentially cutting your fuel consumption entirely in half during stop-and-go traffic. And get this, Renault is currently gearing up to launch its highly anticipated next-generation Duster SUV in the Indian market, and it's going to be powered directly by this ultra-efficient, locally built technology.
Now, you might be wondering, so what? How does this massive corporate move actually alter my daily life or my next car purchase? Well, right now, the Indian car market is locked in a massive internal debate between transitioning to pure electric vehicles versus adopting strong hybrids. Look, pure EVs are fantastic for the environment, absolutely. But their widespread adoption has been incredibly gradual because consumers are deeply worried about a lack of charging stations on long highway road trips, combined with the staggeringly high upfront cost of replacing batteries. This charging anxiety is a very real, everyday hurdle. And honestly, this anxiety has caused a massive boom in the demand for hybrid vehicles. Buyers absolutely love hybrids right now because they give you the spectacular high mileage of an electric car without ever needing to panic about finding a wall plug in the middle of nowhere. They self-charge as you drive. It's the best of both worlds.
When we break down the economics for the average car buyer, a really compelling case emerges that proves exactly why this localized manufacturing deal is so critical. Up until now, local automakers had to import these complex hybrid engine components from overseas. This strained our foreign exchange reserves and kept the showroom prices of hybrid cars incredibly high. By forcing Horse Powertrain to manufacture these highly complex engines physically within our borders, this deal deepens local component sourcing and massively slashes that import dependence. For you, the buyer, this means a massive shift. Think about it. Traditional petrol cars have a lower upfront cost, but their daily running costs are astronomical. Pure EVs? Incredibly cheap to run daily, but wildly expensive to buy up front. Hybrids bridge this gap perfectly. By building these engines right in Chennai, upcoming cars will offer world-class fuel efficiency at a highly competitive upfront price point, giving you a practical, affordable way to slash your monthly petrol expenses without the pure EV price tag.
And it's not just about savings on the showroom floor. We also have to look at the massive boost to local industrial employment. A 3,100 crore rupee manufacturing investment is a monumental job creator. I mean, ramping up an advanced high-tech engine assembly line in Chennai requires an absolute army of professionals. It will directly open up thousands of high-paying, long-term career paths. We are talking about tremendous, highly skilled opportunities for Indian mechanical engineers, specialized robotic technicians, complex supply chain managers, and dedicated factory workers. This directly upskills our local youth workforce in the exact technologies that will completely dominate the next 2 decades of global automotive history. It takes this high-level geopolitical deal and makes it deeply personal and highly beneficial for thousands of local families.
Taking a step back to look at the big picture, this news sets a massive, undeniable precedent for global business. It sends a brilliantly clear signal to international investors everywhere that India's economic policies are flexible, highly pragmatic, and heavily pro-business, when the terms are right, of course. By proving that tech-focused, localized joint ventures can successfully navigate protective regulatory barriers without ever compromising national security, it really paves the way for other global technology and electronics firms to confidently bring their capital here.
This strategic, highly calculated maneuvering is rapidly transforming India into the ultimate diversified manufacturing capital of the world. We are proving to be a nation highly capable of leveraging the absolute best global technology, but strictly on our own terms. To wrap it all up, India's poised approval of horsepower train's massive investment is a true historic milestone. It proves that calculated economic pragmatism is successfully reshaping our geopolitical strategies. By anchoring advanced world-class technology inside a highly localized, well-insulated joint venture infrastructure, this deal brings high-efficiency hybrid cars straight to your driveway, while simultaneously creating thousands of high-tech manufacturing jobs. It truly is a masterstroke of industrial balance. So now that India is selectively opening its doors to foreign-linked technology to supercharge our local manufacturing and lower costs for consumers, I want to leave you with this thought. Is rapid economic growth worth softening absolute economic independence? Does this pragmatic, joint venture approach accelerate our economy in the right way, or should we prioritize a complete uncompromising freeze? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I highly encourage you to keep exploring these fascinating shifts in our global economy.